The number one secret to the P1 Paralegal Licensing Exam in Ontario is that it actually takes more than just your knowledge of law to pass. The number one secret is that it actually takes more than just your knowledge of law to pass. Bet you didn't see that one coming. If you're new here, my name is Naomi Joy. I'm the founder of PrettyParalegal.com, where we believe that advocacy doesn't have to be ugly. So before we get into it, let me just be clear. I did not say
that it doesn't take your knowledge of law to pass.
What I said is that it takes more than just your knowledge of law to pass. And the reason that is because the Law Society isn't just testing you on whether you understand the law. I mean, think about it. You just finished school, or many of you just finished school, or you finished school maybe a year ago, 2 years ago before actually writing, and you graduated. You graduated from accredited colleges that had the authority to teach you paralegal studies. You were tested on each subject, on each area of law. You would have had a civil litigation or small claims court class. You did the assignments for that. You learned how to fill out the forms, and then you probably did a moot. You did your final exams, and you passed. By passing each of those law courses and graduating, you've already satisfied the Law Society that you understand the law, because you aren't even eligible to write the licensing exam unless you actually passed all of those courses and graduated. So why would the Law Society test you again on just the substantive law if you've already met their requirements? It's because they're not just testing you on whether you understand the law, generally speaking. What they are actually testing you on is whether you're ready to actually be a paralegal, whether you are ready to actually be an advocate. If you understand how to take what you learned about the substantive law, the rules of law, the rule of law, and apply it to actual scenarios. If you allow yourself to think about this deeper, you're probably going to ask yourself, well, how exactly are they testing us in other ways? Or what exactly are they testing us on besides our knowledge of law? Well, there are 5 things, and I call them the 5 tests, or the 5 test objectives, okay? But for short, we'll just call them the 5 tests. The way the licensing exam is structured, and even the whole experience around writing the exam, is designed to test you on the following 5 things. First, your analytical reasoning skills. Second, your logical thinking skills. Third, your resourcefulness. Fourth, your ability to decode relevant information from irrelevant information. And last but not least, your ability to work under pressure. Now, I'm sure when you think about it, you can probably presume how they do that, but why would you presume something that you don't know for sure? Especially if you've never written the exam before. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you're getting into, and that's okay. Pretty Paralegal has actually created a 60-minute video tutorial which is going to train you on exactly what those 5 test objectives are, how the Law Society actually does test you in those ways, and more importantly, why, so that you can better understand how to prepare to write the licensing exam and how to prepare yourself when you are doing practice tests in advance. So if you're interested in taking a more in-depth look at the 5 test objectives and to understand why and how the Law Society is actually testing you in those 5 other ways so that you can actually succeed on the exam by developing more than just your knowledge of law in order to pass, then visit PrettyParalegal.com and sign up for our 60-minute video tutorial called The Number One Secret to the P1 Licensing Exam. And And to make it easy for you, the link is below. You can just click on it and it'll take you right to the course. If you have any other questions, please do feel free to email us. We're happy to answer your questions and make video responses if it's going to help others as well. All right, see you soon.